Well, for some, learning to be a leader requires a lifetime of experience, but a local program aims to impart some key lessons early. Here to tell us about a leadership program targeting tweeners to young teens is Jason Peoples, the executive director of the Jacksonville Arts and Music School, which runs the program. Good morning, Jason. Welcome back.
Good morning, Ann. How are you?
I'm well. We're also joined by Jessica Lumpkin, the school's director of mental health outreach and engagement. Good morning, Jessica.
I know it's a long title.
I
Good
know.
morning.
And it's a Monday,
Yes,
fully.
that
All right.
part.
We're also joined by Roy Harvison Jr. He is the winner of the What a Leader competition in 2024 and a student at Rains. Good morning, Roy.
Good morning. Good morning.
And Roy, congratulations. We should say, so you won in 2024 in this program, What a Leader. You are, for those watching our live stream, wearing the What a Leader jacket, which was one of the things that you won in this competition. And looking very handsome. But tell us about this program, why you chose to get involved in the first place, and then, what winning it meant to you.
I chose to join with the leader for the leadership abilities that it brought me. The Confident Five, and actually meeting Miss Lumpkin. I met Miss Lumpkin in 8th grade,
Mhm.
and we met up again in 9th grade for this program. Winning this program was a lot to me. It really put my voice out there of my leadership abilities and the things that I can do to really help the community, be an advocate for the youth, and just show my leadership abilities.
And you mentioned the Confident Five. That's sort of one step in this process. Jessica, this is a competition, as we said.
Yeah.
What is the Confident Five? How were those qualities assembled and decided on as like priorities?
Yeah, so the What a Leader program is a youth competition and program. And so myself and my colleagues, we go to different schools and different organizations around Duval County, and we teach the 5 competencies, which we call the CPR. We're kind of reviving social skills because we're getting a lot of lost in kind of like the phone technology, not being able to exhibit and have a conversation face to face.
Mm-hmm.
So within round 1, which is what we're going to be talking about on November 5th, where students will have to compete, we hyper focus on confidence. So being able to go to a stranger and talk and introduce yourself. So the Confident Five is a firm handshake, eye contact, name exchange, and a meaningful conversation, and then closing out that conversation to bridge a conversation or a relationship in the future. And so we teach them the importance of that, which is the essential steps of networking.
I mean, it sounds like sort of basic stuff, but it's so important,
Mhm.
and actually giving kids the steps to go through. This is what the handshake should look and feel like. This is what it means to make eye
Yes.
contact. This is what it means to sort of have a meaningful exchange, saying all the right things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's real important. There's a lot of studies showing that a lot of college students are getting, fired and not being able to move forward in their career because of the lack of communication skills. So us starting with the students from 6th to 9th grade really help us focus and help them understand the importance of it. So as they start building their academic career and then furthermore into their actual career, they're able to have those foundational skills.
Yeah, Jason, tell us about that. I mean, obviously the focus of JAMS, the Jacksonville Arts and Music School, is arts and music, right? And also helping kids who have those skills convey them and present them in a way that has some of these same elements. But leadership in particular, why is that something that you all wanted to really drill down on?
Yes. So our mission is to empower the creative leaders of tomorrow, and a lot of people kind of miss that about us in the scheme of things, with it being an art school. But we really wanted to drill down on that in 2021, particularly coming out of a very isolating period, and during the boom of social media. We saw a need for our students to understand how to re-engage with community, with people and individuals. But more importantly, we wanted to draw, no pun intended, draw a connection between arts and leadership, and allow for our students to be able to understand that it's more than art, right? You have to be able to sell that art. You have to be able to sell yourself to individuals. And as we continued that conversation, we found that this was something, again, that not only our students needed, but our greater community needed. So we just started to partner with Kids Hope Alliance in the city of Jacksonville, to make sure that we could take these programs to not only the public school system, charter school systems, but also the out of school time programs as well, to give them the leadership training and the opportunity to win the gold jacket that Mr. Roy has on right now.
Yeah, and those leadership skills. I mean, I think people often think about artists as if they're operating in this little isolated silo where they're just doing their work. And the one thing that the school does is try to convey to students that there are a lot of opportunities that are arts related that are not that, that are really much more about presenting and interacting with people, whether it's in, school environments or corporate environments. And so it's the latter that this program also kind of makes students prepare for in a very specific way, being in a corporate setting, presenting well. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because that is also one of the stages that
Y-
the kids have to go through.
Yes, I think it's important to know again for us particularly. It's important because right now I have two young ladies that are at the University of Florida, and they were in our combo one band. Had never played piano before, and Mr. John Lumpkin, who has happened to be the husband of Miss Jessica Lumpkin, who's here today, mentored them. And they are not at the University of Florida for music. They're there to be anesthesiologists, right? And then I have another young man who's at JU right now, Mr. Jahari Washington, who's there to be information technology guy. He always talked about AI when he was with us and talked about how AI is going to take over the world. So we're going to look for him when AI does. But just showing that connection between the two worlds and showing that even from an artist standpoint, it does not always mean that you're going to go off and be a great artist. Sometimes you're just going to go off and be a great leader. But what is that? What does that mean? One of the things that we always point out, or one of the data points that we always point out, comes from the Aspen Group Leadership Development Index, and it states that 32% of students don't even receive leadership training before age of 25, and half of that that receive it will do something of significance. So only
Wow.
16% will do something of significance. So it's really important that we not only show our students the importance of leadership, but how to exercise that leadership at the next level.
And Roy, one of the things that you had to go through, in addition to presenting this Confident Five, you have to do some real world kind of role play, showcasing problem solving, public speaking. So, how did you choose the topic you wanted to present around, and how did you present in a way that you think made the judges select you?
Yes, ma'am. Of course. I presented a topic of real men, real talks, navigating life challenges one talk at a time. It's a men's mental health peer support group. I think men's mental health is not a stressed about topic enough. A lot of youth actually struggle with their mental health, and my father, he was bipolar, and that led to the death of my mother and my uncle in 2015. Um, he had an episode that caused a lot of damage to friends, family, and associates, and I just don't want that to happen to the next person.
So sorry to hear about that and your
Yes, ma'am.
family. And so men's mental health was the subject that you chose to present on, and obviously really dazzled the judges.
Yes, ma'am. It did.
Yeah, and so tell us about what it was that you won in addition to the gold jacket.
In addition to the gold jacket, I won a $5,000 scholarship and a $1,000 cash prize.
And so how has that enabled your planning for the road ahead? Because you're just a sophomore now at Rains.
Yes, ma'am. Of course. It's enabled me. I really do want to start this program that I think it'll really help the children of the future and the teen of the future. I plan to start it as a club in the school system first. I plan to speak to my principal soon that I can have a meeting with DCPS so I can get it really started in all schools. And hopefully, I have a sponsored teacher in my school, Mr. Caldwell. He will help me present this idea to Mr. Hall so we can get it started. And then by the time I turn 18, it can be a real established business that can help adults
Yeah.
and those pre-adults, some 18, 19-year-olds that really need it.
You're very impressive kid, Roy. So, Jessica, what do you want people to know about what's upcoming in November?
So November 1st is round one of the competition where we talked about the Confident Five, where students will actually have to communicate and have meaningful conversations with different business leaders, business organizations, and they all come together to network with the over 50 students that we've chosen all over from doing those different individual school trainings. And those 50 students will compete in round one to compete for
Yeah.
that to move on to round two.
All right. Well, it is a cool program. People could find out more information at
jamslife.org/waterleader.
all right. Jason Peoples, Jessica Lumpkin, thank you for being here. Roy Harvison Jr., congrats and best of luck to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.